Just want to do a quick video echoing everything that Tommy's said this morning. And obviously, we know that there's a lot of very, very angry people in this country. I'm one of them. That what has happened in the last 48 hours has been absolutely off the chart disgusting. The attack, first of all, the savagery of it. I mean, I've seen some of the photographs that have been leaked. I've been told descriptively some of the stuff that's happened, and I'm not going to go into it because, it's just disgusting. It's just disgusting. And the other thing that's disgusting is the gaslighting of the British public by different police forces and by the media. Nobody's talking about this guy. Nobody's talking about the motivation. Nobody's saying anything about him, and they're using the excuse that he's only 17 years old. Okay, you can't name him. I tell you what, tell us for absolute sure, one way or the other, whether he is a convert to Islam, whether he has been radicalized, whether this is a terrorist attack or whether it isn't. It's all right saying you don't believe it's a terrorist attack. That's just evasive. I don't believe after having this man in custody for how long you've had him in custody that you don't know what his motives are. So that's the first thing. So the anger is absolutely off the chart. However, here's the thing. Here's the thing about this. The reality is, if our people, and I mean the patriots that have stood with us for years and years and years, if they resort to violence or riot out of pure frustration, and I get the frustration, and I get that frustration can bubble over and boil over, but let's be honest, that's exactly what people like Keir Starmer and Yvette Cooper want. They want us to react to what's happened, because in my opinion, this government is a totalitarian, far-left state. And I looked at Keir Starmer yesterday. I saw no emotion in that man whatsoever. I saw a cold, calculating technocrat. And they will use any of this to their advantage. That's my belief. That's my firm belief. So us, as proper patriotic Brits, we must not give them what they want. What they want to do is basically silence our voices and use any method they can. And what they also want to do is put as many of us in prison as they possibly can. If there's riots, and it doesn't matter who's instigated, if there's riots and violence, it'll be our lads that will be doing 4, 5, 10 years in prison. And that cannot happen because we need you. And I'm saying this specifically to people on our side who are going to go to the demo tonight in Downing Street. If you go to the demo tonight, I mean, if I was in England, I would be going there. I'll be honest with you, I'm not in England. I'm back in Northern Ireland. If I was in England, I'd be at that demo tonight, right? But what I would be doing, and this is what I would ask all the lads who've got influence to do, is appealing for calm, making sure that nobody's violent, and making sure, yes, you can be really angry. And there's times I've made speeches and I've done demos. Sunday night was an example. I was angry. I was absolutely fuming. But it's got to be controlled, because if it kicks off tonight at 7 o'clock and a whole lot of friends of mine get hurt or get arrested or even worse, that doesn't do our cause any good whatsoever. You can be angry, you can make a lot of noise, but keep it, lads, keep it non-violent. Keep it peaceful. That's what we've been saying from the beginning of this. And Tommy did a brilliant video earlier, and he said, you're not going to win this with bricks and bottles. And you're not. What we're building will win it. What we're building is a mass movement, a mass peaceful movement, a cultural movement to bring communities together. And there's loads of stuff planned in the background. And again, I can't go into specific details, but we are planning to be in a position at the next general election to have massive influence on whatever political party is there that represents what we believe. And I believe doing that, we will take our country back. But there's loads of other stuff involved as well. And we can't do that if everything is discredited and destroyed by violence. And I understand the anger. I understand it totally. And I'm not condemning the anger. It's right to be angry. But that anger has got to be channeled, and it's got to be righteous anger that is used to get what we want, not to create violence. Because at the end of the day, if the police provoke you tonight, do not respond. That's what I'm going to say. If you're provoked by the preferred demographic with flags, do not respond. I know that's difficult. But I'm asking you, for the sake of for the bigger picture of winning this country back. Because if we win this country back, we will make sure that those girls and all the other victims of these crazy scum that are wielding knives and carrying out terrorist attacks, all the victims of terror, we will make sure that you get justice, and we will make sure that what is wrong in our society is put right, and we will make sure that the people who have allowed this to happen will be brought to book as well. So this is a big picture thing. So tonight in London, if you go in, please keep it calm and keep it peaceful. Now, I am not a pacifist. The Bible says there's a time for peace and there's a time for war. I am not a pacifist, but I also am well aware that tonight is not the time for anybody to react in a violent way, because that would cause massive problems for everything, and even more upset for the families of those children. Okay, guys.